Who's there? From A Cage. I pride myself on my car trip taking patience. I never rush, I take frequent breaks, and I try to generally enjoy the car trip as much as possible. Sometimes this leads to overnight stays in random hotels in Connecticut. My friend's wedding came and went, and I needed to get home as I didn't really know my friend's family all that well, and my daughter, who at the time was 2, was busy being cute. That's a general rule about my kid being cute. I need to be there to see it. Anyway, so I start pulling one of those comical TV driving things where my eyes start to close and I begin driving off the road. As I'm not really anywhere near home, I figure I'll stop at the first hotel I can find. My GPS guides me to a Best Western, but it's all booked up for a biker gang weekend. The next hotel I find is off the beaten path and very quaint. It's late, and I'm so tired I don't really care, so I check in and they hand me a key. A real made of metal, iron, copper, tin, lead, take your pick, key. That's the kind of place this was. I found my room, unlocked it, I walked in, relocked the door, there was no deadbolt or other safety feature, sent a quick text to my wife to let her know I wasn't going to be home until tomorrow afternoon, and then crashed. Around 4 o'clock in the morning I woke up. I'm not really sure why I woke up, but I found I couldn't get back to sleep. Everything was too quiet. I usually sleep at home with a box fan for white noise, but there was nothing. No air conditioner to hum loudly, no refrigerator to hum, no neon lights to buzz noisily outside my window. The night was still. What's weird is that I never heard footsteps or a car. You'd think that with it being so quiet I would have heard something, but all I heard was the sound of a key rattling in the lock. It seemed to take an extraordinary amount of time. So long that I remember clearly having the thought, someone must have just had the wrong room. I was just building up the courage to shout when the key clicked. For 3 eternity-like seconds or so, nothing happened, and then the doorknob turned. I'm not sure if the moon was super bright that night, or if I had been tossing and turning so long that the sun had just started to come up, but I could see the outline. It was tall, maybe 6 foot or so. It was wearing a hat like a baseball cap. Whoever it was had long hair down to their shoulders. They were thin, but not skinny. But they must have had a quilted vest on or something because they seemed kind of knobby around the shoulder area. In my head, I've gone over the next 30 seconds a trillion times. In my head, I get up and run to the door and shout and raise a scene. I'm brave, and I scare this person off, or at least turn on a light and let them know they shouldn't be here. I am courageous in the face of this unexpected intruder. In reality, I lie there. I hold my breath. I don't move a muscle. My eyes feel like they should fall out because I've just opened so wide, desperately trying to make sense of the situation. To have some detail come into focus that would right this so obviously wrong scene. Nothing happens. The figure stands in the doorway. I know it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but his fingers seem to get longer, then shorter. They aren't moving either. Just standing there with arms akimbo, but they're posing for creepy stalker magazine. And so we sit there. I'm not sure how long we stay there. Time in situations like this really hammers home that's a construct of human imagination. There's no measurement here. Lifetimes pass. Finally, the figure clears their throat, an ugly guttural sound, then turn about and walk away, leaving my door wide open. I spend about 30 minutes just sitting there, waiting for my heart to calm down, or maybe trying to convince myself that it was a dream, to put enough temporal distance from the event that the edges of unreality creep in. Eventually, I climb slowly from the bed, convinced that a noise is going to alert the figure that I am here, and yes, I am very edible. I grab my bag, creep out to my car, and I drive away as fast as I possibly can. Later, I get a bill from the hotel for $20 to replace the key that I drove away with.